So,
I just got paper pasta.
oh, all right. So we're going to talk about linear equations. Now, first off, we need to go over our inequalities. Remember, these are inequalities. This is an inequality. This is an inequality. This is an inequality. This is an inequality. Okay? Those are inequalities. Yes? This one is saying less or equal. This one is saying greater. This one is saying also greater. And this one is saying greater or equal. Okay? So those are your inequalities. Now, it says the expression above are called linear inequalities in two variables. Why, you ask? Well, one is they make linear functions. Linear functions just mean they form a line, right? So that's reason number one is why it's linear functions. Okay, reason two. Anyone knows what reason two would be?
Awesome.
Okay, reason two is they are
not equal. I don't know.
Not equal?
I guess.
Well, there are two variables.
Two variables.
What are my two variables? X and Y. And the third reason why they're inequalities is because it uses inequality symbols, right?
Yeah.
Uses inequalities. What inequalities tell me that the function is only, sorry, I didn't leave enough room. Only true in certain areas.
Is that the division sign between that? Is that
See, well, I thought it was it.
No, I can't see.
A division sign between what?
Oh,
No, it's the and symbol.
Sorry, I didn't give you enough room.
okay.
I said sorry, I didn't give you enough room. All right. So the way we when we graph linear inequality, there are two key factors. Key factor number one is that there is a boundary line. And that's where the linear aspect of it comes from. Yes. Is only true in certain areas.
In certain
And then the other part is shaded areas or regions or whatever. Are y'all done talking? All right, in shaded areas. So this is how you graph inequalities. You're going to have a boundary line and you're going to have shaded areas. All right, so the first step is to solve for y. So step one is to solve for y. The reason why you solve for y is because if you multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by a negative number, does anyone remember what happens? What flips? It changes the sign of the inequality.
They don't even give me a
Change this thing.
Okay, so if I have a greater than inequality, but I divide by -2, it now becomes a less than inequality. Okay, does that make sense?
Yes.
If I have a less than inequality, India, it now becomes a greater than inequality.
India.
Okay, so here it says step 2 is to actually graph the line. I graph the line using my slope and the y-intercept, which we all should know, but I feel like after this quiz, somehow you all forgot.
Yeah. Not you.
All right, we use solid lines when we have less than or equal to or greater than or equal to.
Greater than.
So a solid line just looks like that. We use dotted lines when it's strictly less than or strictly greater than. Okay? And then the last and final step is to check your answer. If you don't understand the concept of where it's less than or greater than, just choose a random point. So for example, here you pick a side. If the final statement is true, you're going to shade that area.
If it's not true, then you do nothing to it?
If you test it, you shade the other. Shade the other area.
What do you mean by shade the area?
Color it.
I'm going to show you in a second.
Oh, okay.
You're going to shade the other area. All right, so let's look at our sample.
Hold on. So, like that one that's right there, like on the right?
That says sample?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Say it. If it was true.
I was about to go through it. I just said, let's look at our sample.
Sorry.
All right, so let's look at our sample. All right, so step 1 tells me to solve for y. So when I solved for y, I ended up with 2x plus 5 or minus 5.
Minus.
Because my minus went away. So I ended up, so step 1, done. Solve for y. Okay, because I divided by -2, what did it cause my sign to do?
Switch the sign.
It caused my sign to change. Okay, step 2 tells me to graph. So I graph it using the intercept, which is at -5, and using my slope. So I went up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. That's step 2.
Wait, what do you use? The slope and the y-intercept?
Yes. I use for my boundary line, instead of it being solid, it is dotted. It's dotted because I'm strictly greater than.
Huh?
It's a dotted line because it's strictly greater than. I hope y'all are remembering this. All right. Last step is test. Is to test. So
3.
you choose a point. So if I believe that in order to be greater than, I need to be above the line, I can choose any point that is above the line, right?
Yeah.
So if I choose any point above the line, so I'm going to choose 0, 0. So I'm going to choose 0, 0 above the line. I either can plug 0, 0 into this statement, or I can plug 0, 0 into this statement, because they are equivalent statements. All I did was rearrange the numbers, right? So these are equivalent. So I decided to plug it into this one because everything will do what? Cancel out. So 0, 0. 4 times 0 is?
0.
2 times 0 is?
0.
0 minus 0 is?
0.
Is 0 less than 10?
0.
Is 0 less than 10?
Yes.
Yes. So this is a true statement. If it's a true statement, what do I do?
Shade that area.
Shade that area. So I'm going to.
Area. Oh, alrighty.
And the area that we shade is usually going to be greater than? Or
It's either going to be whatever the question is.
Okay.
So this is a greater than, so this area is greater than.
My left one's waist right here.
You have to
You
shake that.
don't have to shade it that much.
She's gonna color it.
Okay. So now we're going to do the steps together. Step 1 is already done for us, right?
Yes.
Step 1, done.
What?
So now we're going to do step 2. We're going to use the what to graph.
The slope and the y-intercept.
So where's my y-intercept?
-3.
No, probably
Positive 3. Mine keeps taking away the lines. I don't know why. It's at positive 3. So at positive 3, I'm going to rise 2, but go left 1.
Oh.
1, 2. I'm going to go down 2 and go left, go right 1.
That's the slope.
That's the slope. It says -2 over 1 is my slope.
So where do we start? Huh?
At positive 3.
You graph, you plot it first.
Well, I didn't even plot.
Maybe you
No one
should.
answered my question.
What's your question, Mark?
I just
When you have a
where do we
-2 over 1,
Right, underneath.
this tells me I'm have to do 2 things.
Right,
1, I'm going to go up 2,
The number is 3.
left 1. And I'm also going to have to go down 2, right 1. That's what that means.
Should be good too.
Oh, I got it.
So I'm going to go up 2,
Okay.
left 1, down 2, right 1. Remember we talked about slope, rise of a run, you know, good 3 years of a conversation happening there. All right, so I'm going to connect my dots. Is it a solid boundary or a dotted boundary?
Solid.
Why is it solid?
Because it's,
It's
Because
less
greater-
than or
It's
equal.
greater or.
get over it.
This is less than or equal to. All right, third step is to do what? Select a point. So this is less than. Do I think the less than is going to be on the right side, or I think the less is going to be on the left side?
Yes.
Left. So let's choose a point. Let's choose 0, 0. How convenient.
0, 0.
0, 0.
Zero.
Let's see.
0, 0 is right there. So I'm going to take 0, 0, and I'm going to substitute it in for y and x. So 0
Is less than 3.
is less than or equal to.
Negative 2 times 0
Which is 0.
plus 3, which is 0, and 0.
So is that a true statement?
3.
Yeah.
Hold up. What?
This is true. Because it's true, that means I do what?
Shade the right side.
Shade that area. If it's true, you shade that area. Don't worry, you have plenty of practice on the back.
Oh, so okay, so I gotta pick any point on the
Yes.
left side,
You pick any point on the side that you think is going to give you a true side.
and
And
then
then you select the point, plug it in. If it comes out true, then you shade. If it doesn't come out true, then you shade the other side.
So either way, you don't gotta recheck it again.
Exactly. Stop trying to predict what I'm going to say, Noe.
Can I not answer my question?
So, like, are these already done for you?
What's
Like,
your
these?
question mark? Ask me.
No. Step 1, what do we have to do?
You have to multiply.
We have to get what by itself? Y. So step 1 is to get y by
You
itself.
have to divide by 2.
So I don't know what she's
No,
talking
we
about.
gotta subtract both sides.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Negative 3y.
2x.
So I'm going to subtract 2x, subtract 2x, and I'm left with negative 3y is greater than negative 2x plus 6. Is it by itself yet?
No.
Then I'm going to do what?
Divide by negative 3.
What happens when I divide by this negative 3? The sign changes. A negative divided by a negative
Is less than 2/3
is minus 2.
x minus 2. Yeah.
So here's my function. We did the first part. The second part is we graph. So where do I start at?
Negative 2
Negative 2.
So I'm going to start at negative 2. From negative 2, I'm going to go up to
over 3.
right 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to go down 2, and then left 3. 1, 2, 3.
And it's gonna be dotted
Why is it dotted, Priscilla?
because the sign is greater than sign.
It's strictly less than, right? So strictly less than. I don't want to ever be equal. I just want to be strictly. Yes, Noe.
Oh, never mind.
All right, that is going to be our stopping point. Just by guessing, am I shading above or below?
Hey, no. You wanna go to the library?
If you think you got it, please try to practice the back.
I'm going to the library.
You got it? Good.
I think it's the bottom part.
That water in the refrigerator.
Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
What if it was pure gold?
Hello, William. I'm all right, William.
So that's
Are you ready to see my bridge?
No.
What do you mean?
Are you ready to see my bridge in action?
Oh, it's not till Friday.
Don't get to today.
Friday's presentation day.
Am I right?
I'm still gonna test mine a little bit today.
Okay, you better not break it.
Yeah.
If you break it, you only have 2 days to repair it.
You got glue.
You don't have any more spaghetti. Yeah.
Hey, Planet Ring.
Hello, Robinson.
Hey, I got her email.
Oh, she responded?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's funny.
Yeah. She is. She's very funny.
She is. Yeah, she told me some stuff I didn't know. About
So was it helpful?
Yeah.
See? Look, I do what I can.
Yeah.
She's